The best in poker news, entertainment, and more. This is the Mark Hoke Show.
All right, everybody, how are we doing today? Happy Labor Day to all of you. And some can't seem to get it right. It is not Memorial Day, it's Labor Day. Believe it or not, saw some tweets, even from an Army supply agency that said today was Memorial Day. That is incorrect. Memorial Day, May, M's. Pretty easy. Labor Day here. And we are at the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open 2014 version. And you know, once we get past all the interesting discussions about everything that's going on down here, we've got some poker being played, and it has been just wild action once again this afternoon here on day 3. We were down to, I believe, 56 or 62 players today starting this thing off. We are now down to 42 already after the first couple of blind levels in this tournament. It just got started at noon Eastern time. It's now a little after 2, and actually they just played one blind level, excuse me, so we were at 90 minutes into this thing and lost about 20 players. So it has just been quite a sight to see. The rails starting to gather around here a little bit. Everybody's starting to get excited as we continue to move up that payout ladder for a chance to win $1.4 million. First place prize money on this one. Should be pretty cool. We did have also do have the high roller underway today as well. $100,000 buy-in. That table playing across the hallway from us. They've tucked those boys away, given a little privacy, and rightfully so. Both of these tables are going to be final tables are going to be broadcast on PokerStars TV. So we're looking forward to seeing Joe Stapleton get into town and do his thing. And by the way, on tonight's show here at 7 o'clock Eastern, we're going to have Matt Savage on. And I'll tell you what, amazingly, Matt has been asked a lot of questions and getting fired at from every angle about what is going on out here with the state of poker, what's going on. And, of course, you know, we've been remiss to mention the Legends, WPT Legends tournament did not meet its expectations. Now, they did not put in an official guarantee on their event. What they did on their advertisements was they said expected $4 million prize pool, and it was around 2.8. So they certainly did not get what they were expecting out of this, out of their series either. So what's going on? Now we had the Barcelona event did okay. But we're struggling up a little bit here in the United States. So why? So we'll definitely get to talk to Matt Savage about that tonight on the show. Should be very interesting to get his input as we deal with the fallout from this $2.5 million overlay here at the Seminole Hard Rock. But I'll tell you what, the players are still loving this tournament. Great structure, and but a lot of social media. I think people are starting to realize that once you get past the overlay that, they love this event and they want to keep it rolling. And I am pretty sure that it's not going anywhere, to say the least. But these guys are right now in a battle for a lot of money on these tables. Once again, 42 players left. We are at level 25. It's 12,000, 24,000 blinds, 4,000 ante. We got an average chip stack of a little over $1 million. So should have a lot of players running pretty deep in this thing for a while. But even though they're deep, they have not slowed playing. That is for sure. So going to be a wild afternoon here. And, of course, the high roller going on, too. And we'll give you a report on that in just a minute. Of course, want to make sure that we mention all of our great sponsors of the show. Hey, big shout out to the boys at Deej Poker. Make sure you go to deejpoker.com. DEEGpoker.com. Brand new poker apparel company. Some great guys running that company, too. So make sure you check them out at deejpoker.com. apparel.com. Of course, our good friends at Blind Squirrel Apparel, 20% off with the code HOKE. Look good and be lucky. The gambler and you, they've got you covered. Check them out at blindsquirrelapparel.com. Double-digit covers, you're going to be betting on the games here. NFL starts off this week. You can get weekly and season packages from those guys to help you win. Tony Dosa and his all-star handicapping team, who, by the way, have absolutely been tearing it up this baseball season. There's a great opportunity to make some money there, too. Check them out, doubledigitcovers.com, or give them a call right now, 855-489-2700. It's 855-489-2700. Hey, we got our great friends at bluerail.net, internet home of the Mark Hoke Show. Tell you what, you want to get a great website built, you need stuff done for your business, whatever comes your way, Bob's got you covered. Give him a call at 522-820-5128. That is 522-820-5128. We also have a great book, Poker Tilt, by Dutch Boyd. It is the poker book you can't put down. Give it a read today. Buy it at pokertilt.com or on Amazon today. I'm gonna tell you, if you haven't looked at this book, insights into all sorts of sides of the poker industry, you will not regret picking this one up. Well, once again, check it out, pokertilt.com. All right, and also don't want to forget to mention the Nevada Poker League. Make sure you go to nevadapokerleague.com. If you're in town, want to play poker for free, that's right. Believe it or not, you can still do that. Head on over to nevadapokerleague.com and check out 17 different locations in Las Vegas. Sissy and Joe have a great thing going there, and you're going to want to enjoy it too. So check it out, nevadapokerleague.com. And also make sure to mention the Grindettes too. Of course, the wonderful ladies team, Katie Stone, Katie Dozier, Jen Shahadi, and Jamie Kerstetter, all out there tearing it apart, having a great time. I know Katie Stone doing well in New Jersey, and Katie Dozier, of course, down in Mexico playing very well. Gonna enjoy their insights at Grindettes on Twitter, the Grindettes on Facebook, and grindettes.com. All right, so let's take a look first at some of the key eliminations that we have seen today so far. Once again, 62 players started this tournament off, and a few big names have already gone down in this event. And people are certainly stopping by to check out the action. Some of the players that started the day and are still in there, we got Mike Leah still in this field, Joe Kuether, Sean Kunix, Ty Ryman, who had the chip lead for a while in this one, Jared Jaffe, Machine Charnaya, Joe Sirach also in here, Doug Polk in the field, and Dan Coleman also doing well here too. So the controversial Dan Coleman continues to be on a roll, and is looking to see if maybe he can add this championship to his resume here. Yep, and that was interesting. Everybody's got to stay behind the rail, everybody. It's that was fun. All right. So the top 10, here are your top 10 chip counts going into today's play. John Dolan ran away with this last night. Can he ride this chip stack to a final table? Good possibility. The former November Niner currently standing at stood at this morning 3,005,000 chips. Only player to crack 3 million. The only player to crack 2 million was Farhan Madhani, 2,191,000. Martin Hanowski at 1,848,000. Sergei Rodchenko in this field, he is doing well, 1,739,000. Robert Park at 1,390,000. Joe Kuether continues his roll, 1,333,000. David Tiffenberg at 1,239,000. The aforementioned Dan Coleman, 1,237,000. Eugene Curzio, 1,228,000. Hans Winzeller at 1,225,000. And Kunix started the day off at a little over 1.2, but he's over 2.2 now. So Kunix is on a roll in here. Could he be closing in on another championship? Of course, won a WPT at in Jacksonville a couple of years ago, and is looking to try and add this title to his resume today. But like I said, the action has just been unbelievable. Maybe we've got it slowed down a little bit as we stand at 42 right now. But it has been a wild day. Of course, lost Blair Hinkle, defending champion, goes out in 54th place. He went down against Russell Thomas. Of course, Russell Thomas here too. Hinkle with ace-8 of clubs against Thomas's fives. Thomas hits a 5 on the flop, and just for fun, a 5 on the turn. And, when somebody hits quads and you have nothing, that means you're probably drawing dead. So Russell Thomas ends Blair Hinkle's run at this championship. John Racner got into another deep run in here, but he is also out of here. Racner in hand against Doug Polk and Roman Wallerstein. Of course, we saw Wallerstein in a final table earlier in this Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open. Racner was very short stacked. Both guys called him off. Racner had a 10-5 of diamonds, got no help at all, and he is out. So Racner also eliminated earlier today. So those are a couple of big name players that have hit the rail this afternoon. All the former world champions out of this field as well. So we did see a pretty star-studded field here, but now we get down to the nitty-gritty of this. 42 players remaining in this Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open main event. The high roller is underway too. Grab my list there. Right at the moment, officially 9 players registered in that, and they're playing 8-handed. Don't know if a couple of them arrived, but we'll run down that field for you. At the table that was playing last time we got to check, seat 1 is Jason Mercier, seat 2 is empty. Mark Fisher in seat 3, Dan Smith in seat 4, Josh Aryeh in there in seat 5, and I know he's got a couple of sweats in this main event too. Daniel Perper is in seat 6. Scott Seaver in seat 7, and Jacob Schindler is in seat 8. Also waiting for Ryan Fee to arrive and Jason Moe. They are both playing in this, and would expect that the registration numbers are going to go up on that as well. Of course, that high roller final table is going to be broadcast on PokerStars TV, scheduled to start tomorrow, I believe. So we'll get to see the action from the high roller there. $100,000 buy-in for that event. An interesting, exciting table draw there. I saw one person that was trying to rooting for Josh Aryeh to get busted out of there. Boy, it just has never stopped for Josh, has it? Unbelievable. Poor guy. But should be a very entertaining high roller event, along with a live stream of this main event. All right, and just looking at some of the social media coming in. Of course, we're all following you here at SHRPO and hashtag SHRPO. If you would like to say hi to us on there, we're keeping an eye on that. You can also catch me at Mark Hoke Show on Twitter. Some of the notes coming in. Mike Leah, pretty much at the break, said he was at 1.2 million. Robert Park at 1.6-ish. Blake Bond reporting at 44 left. He had 1.3 million. Ryan Fee about the high roller, about to play the 100K SHRPO with Clink 10K, Scott Seaver, and Dan Smith Holla. Bad luck to everyone but me. Now, that's not nice. You don't wish everybody bad luck. But I guess you are playing for, a nice chunk of money, so don't blame me, I suppose. And, of course, there's been, once again, a lot of comments on social media about this tournament. Still a lot of input coming in about this overlay, and, a lot of people talking about the unlimited reentries, and that's really starting to become a major point in this whole thing. One tweet that I saw today, Paul Orstein, of course, great poker journalist, said you're heavily underestimating the schedule conflicts, but unlimited reentry is a huge reason as well. Yeah, and I see another person out there. Won't mention his name because don't feel like it. But I was talking about the unlimited reentry edges. I mean, there's a lot of it's going to be a lot of discussion about this for a long time to come, and but we don't want to overshadow what's actually going on here at the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open, because it's just been a sensational series and a great tournament. And we don't want anybody to forget that. I mean, we still had 1,499 people plunking down $5,300 to play this thing. So, really, can't look at that as a failure. Just unfortunately, you had a big guarantee on it. So, what are you gonna do? All right, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. What we're gonna do is step back. Let's take a break, and we're gonna get more information about what's going on here at the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open. We're live here, and. Sorry, she got me. Oh, my God. Anyway, let's take a commercial break, and we'll be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show. Thank you for joining us, everybody. We'll see you on the other side of the break. Hope you're enjoying your Labor Day here with us. We'll talk to you in a little bit.
Poker players, it's time to check out DeegePoker.com. Deej Poker is the unique and clever choice for a new generation of true grinders, representing the full spectrum of poker players from the novice to the world champion. A true Deej player gives their heart and soul for countless hours at the table to be the best. And Deej Poker Apparel shows everyone who you really are, on and off the felt. So join the new generation at DeegePoker.com. That's DEEG Poker.com. Deej Poker, the world's newest poker apparel store.
I'm Dutch Boyd, two-time WSOP bracelet winner, and I want to share my story with you. 12 years as a pro has taught me a lot. For the last year, I've boiled it all down into a tell-all book, 90,000 words. In Poker Tilt, I take you on my journey through all the ups and downs that poker has to offer, all the manic highs and hellish lows of every bad beat and lucky draw. So go to www.pokertilt.com to read more, or just go buy the new book on Amazon or Kindle right now, pokertilt.com. I guarantee you'll enjoy the ride.
Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages, or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go?
Sports bettors, tired of getting beat every week at your sportsbook? It's time to stop guessing and start winning. We all know cash is king, and it's time to let the team at Double Digit Covers come to the rescue to help you get the positive cash flow you need to live the life you've always dreamed about. Tony Dos and his all-star sports handicapping team will be in your corner to help you beat the point spread, bring excitement and winning to your betting experience, and build your bankroll to levels you never thought possible. Get free winning sports information at DoubleDigitCovers.com. Stop guessing and start winning today at DoubleDigitCovers.com.
Call now for today's free winner. 1-855-489-2700. That's 1-855-489-2700.
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit BlindSquirrelApparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Masura stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel apparel.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
Now, let's return to The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
All right, and whoa, hey, this is Peter Brady back. When it's time to change. God. I think I need a water. Soda bottle, water, cocktail, coffee, banana. We're here live in the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open. I'm Mark Hoke. Thank you for being with us. Everybody's getting me flustered around here. I don't know what to do. Just losing my mind after all this insanity here at the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open. It's been one hell of a series, amazing play, and of course, a lot of successful events. We of course always seem to tend to dwell on the negative sometimes, but if you take that out, I mean, this has just been a huge success series. All the other guarantees in the series crushed. So many great things happening here at Seminole Hard Rock, different types of events, all sorts of opportunities for the amateur to the top pro to play. And, if you didn't come down here, you missed out. And you actually still can, because there are a couple events still to come here at the Seminole Hard Rock. And we'll break those down for you in a little bit. But we do want to remind everybody about the payouts, because that's what everybody's here for, the big money. And of course, 20% of this field got paid because of the overlay. So coming into today's play, here's where this stands. And of course, it played a huge part in eliminations yesterday with so many players being on those bottom couple of levels. So now we can take a look at some of the bigger money. We started off today, the 55 to 62 bracket was $24,944. For 46 through 54, that level has also been cleared out, $29,933. Current play level, we're on the 37 to 45 pay level, $34,921 for this next group. And then we'll keep it going up. 28 to 36 is $39,910. 19 through 27 pick up $49,888. 13 through 15, $77,326. 10 through 12, $99,775. So they're just going to miss out on a six-figure score there. And then we get to the final table. Everybody will be in six digits. Ninth place, $149,663. Eighth place, $199,550. Seventh, $249,438. Sixth place, $324,269. Fifth place, $424,044. Fourth, $548,763. So over $500,000 there. Third, $748,313. And then two new poker millionaires are going to get crowned today. Second place, $1,047,638. Winner picks up $1,446,710. That'll buy you a lot of Miami Dolphins t-shirts, kids. So those are your payouts right now for this Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open. Once again, we are at 41 players remaining at level 25. About 50 minutes left on this level. And, of course, the structure of this event, one of the best ones in poker, everybody knows it. Certainly can't down that. Right now, of course, players started this tournament with 30,000 in chips. We had 3 starting days, 1A, 1B, 1C. Players could re-enter until level 10 every day. Of course, that was at the evening dinner break. 40-minute levels started this thing off. Levels 1 through 9. Levels 10 through 23 were 60 minutes, and now all our levels are going to be 90 minutes long the rest of the way. Day 2 ended yesterday after level 23. Today's play will end at 18 players or the tournament director's discretion. And Day 4 will finish at 6 players and then wrap it up Day 5, which will be live streamed to PokerStars by the PokerStars TV team. So it should be a pretty exciting couple of days here as 2 players are going to walk out of here with over $1 million. You don't see that happen every day. Everybody can, take their little pot shots all they want, but 2 players are still coming out of this place with $1 million prizes. I mean, that's an awesome feat for anyone in this game to have just happen once. And, of course, we've got some great players out here who are used to some big paydays. So we'll see who ends up reaching that final table here in a couple of days. Once again, 41 players left here in the main event. Also coming up today, we have some other events, and it's a jam-packed schedule, to say the least, here at the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open here in Hollywood, Florida. As today's starting 3 other tournaments today. Of course, the noon start was the Super High Roller. That one getting rolling, and of course, I'm not sure they made that a re-entry or not, but $100,000 buy-in there. Of course, that one getting played across from us in the private room next to the ballroom here at the Seminole Hard Rock. So that tournament started at noon today. Today we also had at 3 p.m. a $1,650 buy-in Purple Chip Bounty No Limit Hold'em re-entry tournament. Coming up later today, so you still got a little bit of time to get down here for the start of that. Of course, you got late reg on that too, so plenty of time if you're in the area, finishing up your Labor Day activities and want to come down and play here at the Seminole Hard Rock. You got that tournament. And also at 5 p.m., we have a $150 No Limit Hold'em re-entry tournament. That's right. How about that? That should be pretty sensational. So looking forward to seeing that $150 re-entry battle starting off tonight. And that is a $50,000 guarantee on that one. Tuesday, we still do have another tournament starting up there as well. A $250 Pot Limit Omaha 8 re-entry tournament. That one gets started at noon tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, we've also got a $200 Big Stack No Limit Hold'em re-entry tournament with a $50,000 guarantee. So still plenty of opportunities if you want to come down and play in this series to do so. Those events happening. And let's see what else we've got. Oh, they also have a couple of secondary events, too, that aren't in the main series. Starting tonight at 8 p.m., there's a Black Chip Bounty Survivor for $350. It's a 1 in 10. It's going to win $3,000 on that, so you have a chance to come down and play a Survivor tournament if you want. Tuesday at 8 p.m., a $200 Big Stack Semi-Turbo Nolan Hold'em re-entry tournament going on. So you've got that one. And then on Wednesday night at 6 p.m., $150 Deep Stack Turbo No Limit Hold'em re-entry event. So a lot of poker still to be played here besides what's going on right in front of us. And, of course, across the hallway with that high roller event. All right, of course, getting a fair amount of interest on the rail here as so many great players still hanging into this tournament. I do believe, and it looks like we did just have another bust out, and Al's on top of it over there for the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open blog. And if you want to see everything that has gone on here throughout this event and this series, well, there's only one place to go, shrpo.com or SeminoleHardRockPokerOpen.com, and you can see all the friendly faces of poker superstars, local players, everybody that has been involved in this tournament is on there. And, of course, the team has done a great job covering this event, too. So check it out at shrpo.com. DigiPO.com. And yeah, we are now listed at 40. So only 22 players to exit this tournament, and then we will be ending play for the day. And I'm sure a lot of players right around the average stack for the afternoon. So, we'll, of course, be keeping an eye on that throughout the rest of the show. We'll probably be finishing up around 3 o'clock or so, or 3:15 maybe, because we'll have the next break for the players coming up here soon. So, once again, 90-minute levels going on right now. And, of course, the high roller taking place as well. Let's give you an update on a couple of eliminations. In 1 second here, and we'll pull that up for you, because we do have a couple players going down, some big names, and it looks like 1 second, sorry about that. Computer's kind of jumping around a little bit there. And James Colopy is out, one of the bigger names remaining in this thing. Colopy knocked out in the second level of the day. Got in a race, ace-queen against Ty Ryman's nines. And Ryman hits an ace on the flop, got no help. And Colopy, who won a World Series bracelet at APAC, now is out and was eliminated in 43rd place. So once again, we're counting it down here. Play ends at 18:40 left in this one. And by the way, we also do have the Skype line open. And if you would like to check in with us, you certainly may feel free to do so. And that call-in number is 702-997-3015. It's 702-997-3015. We love to hear your thoughts about anything going on right now in the poker world. It has certainly been a very interesting week. EPT Barcelona finishing up their main event. Just wrapped up a few days ago. We also, of course, had the WPT Legends of Poker and the WinStar event still going on, which going on at the same time here. What some people are attributing to part of the issue as to why the overlay was missed here. And just let's see if we got an update on that one. Let's try to pull that one up. All right, and it looks like out there, day 1B finished up, and Keith Carter took it through 1B on that one, 835,000 chips. Kevin Eiser's out there. He's at 819. Chris Neal finished at 498. Weber Kang, 475. So some pretty good names playing for that one. And just looking to see, don't really have the one, and your 1A guys, of course, they have a 1C going on today, so last chance for those guys out there. But your day 1A, Matthew Lapasse was your leader there. Austin Lewis, Lapasse at 658, Austin Lewis 652, Vasile Fabian 610, Joseph Chung 511, and Chris Drake at 425, leading the way out there at the WinStar. So that event still rolling as well. A very busy poker week, and unfortunately, it looks like the WPT event and this one, ones that took a little bit of a hit. Despite some great numbers. I mean, still, once again, 1,499 entries into this tournament. So you can't, the guarantee is going to hurt, but you still got to look at a turnout of nearly 1,500 entries at $5,300 a piece. I mean, that's a hell of a job by the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open. Putting this event together. So, gambled a little bit, but still did very well. Of course, once again, High Roller is underway over there too. And once again, your participants in that at this point, no reports as to anything happening over there. Play still very early. Jason Mercier, Mark Fisher, Dan Smith, Josh Arwier, Dan Perper, Scott Seaver, and Jacob Schindler. Also along with Ryan Fee and Jason Moe are going to be playing in that one. Plus, I'm sure we'll see some other guys getting into that because there's, of course, plenty of time to register to play in that tournament. And let me back up real quick to see when registration ends in the high roller. I'll pull up your details on that. And, of course, it is a re-entry tournament. The players are starting with 100,000 chips on that, ending play at day 10. And you can also play into the dinner break. So you might expect, with some names over here that could play high roller events. Maybe some guys just deciding to sleep in a little bit and enjoy the Labor Day weekend. Holiday here in beautiful the Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Miami area. Certainly couldn't blame them for waiting to hop into that high roller event. There's still quite a bit of time before you'd see any of it stack getting too damaged on that one. Once again, they started at 100,000 chips. First level was 400, 800. So these guys, anybody that's thinking about hopping in, there's still plenty of time to do so. Along with some of these other tournaments starting up today, we've got, once again, we got a couple of them going off this afternoon here at Seminole Hard Rock. So no matter what the pay level, you still got plenty of time to come play and enjoy yourself and, get down here. I mean, for God's sake, it's Miami, Fort Lauderdale. Of course, we're here in Hollywood, Florida at the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open. And I got to tell you, one great thing about this venue in here, because we're in the ballroom area of the Seminole Hard Rock, and it is just, it's such a regal room in here. The black curtains draping down all over the place. You've got gold records going up and down the walls by the entrance to the room. And so much memorabilia here all over the Hard Rock. It's, it's like a music history lesson in here. Very comfortable, not freezing. And it's, the air conditioner's still going, but it's not freezing like the World Series was. They've done a great job taking care of the players. And I got to tell you, the staff that has been working this too, not just the tournament director staff, but even the wait staff, the massage team, they have all been very courteous and helpful to all the players. It's just a stop that, I think a lot of people are going to, after this is over, going to regret missing coming down to this, because it has just been a fabulous time. Really enjoyed myself here. My first visit to the Seminole Hard Rock, and very proud to have been invited to this event. So, sorry, you guys blew it. Blake Bond wandering around here. Of course, Blake, was a dominant Minnesota player, was a dominant force up there, and is, of course, runner-up for a World Series bracelet recently, and won a Mid-States Poker Tour Championship, an Antioch Poker Tour Championship, and Blake just continues to play outstanding poker and is really becoming a force out here on the poker circuit. Just a very confident, fun guy to be around, and having Blake here certainly adds to this event. Hey, another guy that's here, and I think it's really interesting, I got a good tip on this. Aditya Agarwai, who's known as Intervention Online, is here as well. This is a guy that is looking for his first huge, a really big live score for himself. I mean, he has won a ton of money online, and to see him here making a deep run is very intriguing. Just to give you an idea about him, he actually is the head mentor of a group of guys called Poker Guru that runs events in Goa, Bangalore. He's won around, bear with me. He's got about over 4 million in cashes online winning, and looking to get his first major live, one of his first major live scores here. Could this be the day that Intervention breaks through and puts $1 million plus in his pocket? Once again, Mike Lee is still in this field. Dan Coleman's still in this field. Joe Kuthor's still in here. A ton of great talent. Jared Jaffe's still doing well. He was your leader after all the day one A's completed, and he's went down and has fought back to get into this final 40 players. Mike Leah in the house. I mean, this is a fantastic group that we're looking at right now, that someone is going to walk out of this place with $1.4 million as they took the time to come to the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open and are going to be rewarded for their loyalty to this event. All right, let's take another break, and we come back. We'll see who else is flying around out there on Skype. Maybe say hi to a couple people and talk more about everything going on here at the Hard Rock. Of course, Matt Savage will be on the show tonight at 4 p.m. So we're going to have Matt calling in, as he has become a center of discussion because, of course, Matt pretty much, to me, recognized the greatest poker tournament director in the world. So we'll get to have Matt's input on what's going on there too. So let's step back, take one more break, and we'll be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show live from the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open right after this.
Poker players, it's time to check out DeegePoker.com. Deej Poker is the unique and clever choice for a new generation of true grinders, representing the full spectrum of poker players from the novice to the world champion. A true Deej player gives their heart and soul for countless hours at the table to be the best. And Deej Poker Apparel shows everyone who you really are, on and off the felt. So join the new generation at DeegePoker.com. That's DEEG Poker.com. Deej Poker, the world's newest poker apparel store.
I'm Dutch Boyd, two-time WSOP bracelet winner, and I want to share my story with you. 12 years as a pro has taught me a lot. For the last year, I've boiled it all down into a tell-all book, 90,000 words. In Poker Tilt, I take you on my journey through all the ups and downs that poker has to offer, all the manic highs and hellish lows of every bad beat and lucky draw. So go to www.pokertilt.com to read more, or just go buy the new book on Amazon or Kindle right now, pokertilt.com. I guarantee you'll enjoy the ride.
Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages, or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go?
Sports bettors, tired of getting beat every week at your sportsbook? It's time to stop guessing and start winning. We all know cash is king, and it's time to let the team at Double Digit Covers come to the rescue to help you get the positive cash flow you need to live the life you've always dreamed about. Tony Dos and his all-star sports handicapping team will be in your corner to help you beat the point spread, bring excitement and winning to your betting experience, and build your bankroll to levels you never thought possible. Get free winning sports information at DoubleDigitCovers.com. Stop guessing and start winning today at DoubleDigitCovers.com.
Call now for today's free winner. 1-855-489-2700. That's 1-855-489-2700.
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit BlindSquirrelApparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Masura stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel Apparel.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
Now, let's return to The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
All right, everybody, we are back live here. Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open main event. Chips are flying, everybody. We've got a ton of action happening. Started the day. Game 3 is 62 players, now at 40. In all honesty, the last, since this level started, I only lost 2 players. It has really slowed down after 18 went out to start this thing off. So, maybe everybody's finally kind of getting in the groove. Some of the short stacks have gotten knocked out of here. And these guys are, now starting to look at that big $1.4 million payoff at the end of the road and tightening things up just a little bit more. Russell Thomas, Mike Leah, Dan Coleman, Blake Bond, Jared Jaffe, Sean Kunix, Doug Polk, among many others still in this field playing for this title. And, of course, more and more interest is, we're starting to get into the afternoon a little bit more. Everybody's starting to get down here and check things out. It has been a sensational event. It will continue to be a sensational event, and this one should be something to watch. Of course, we'll have a live stream of this thing by the Poker Stars TV team. We're bringing a final table of this one and the final table of the High Roller as well. A couple of broadcasts tomorrow. And, of course, just give you a reminder on those times. And actually, I should mention for our show, too, we're going to be kind of the pregame show for those events as we'll be getting ready for those. So, and obviously not competing with the live stream. But they're going to be broadcasting. Broadcast will start at 2, but they'll be actually on air at 3. With a 1-hour delay. So be looking forward to that one. And so we're going to be on, probably get on around noon, somewhere in that ballpark. We're still working that out with the Poker Stars team. But then Wednesday, of course, they'll start play at 1 o'clock. They'll hit the airwaves at 2 for that final table. So it'll be 6-handed final table broadcast here from the Hard Rock, Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open, Hollywood, Florida, 2014 version. And, it's getting very interesting in the house, that's for sure. Once again, still at 40. So we finally hit that slowdown wall a little bit with these guys at 1224, 4,000 blinds. Next level coming up for this one be level 26, 15,000, 30,000, with a chip average right now at around a little over 1.1 million. By the way, one very interesting thing that the Hard Rock does put up on their tournament boards is the chop value. Always, once they get into the money in these tournaments, they always list, if everybody chopped things out evenly, what they would get. And the current chop value, if I'm reading that right, I think it's around $170,000, somewhere in that ballpark. So if everybody wanted to stop this thing right now and go home, everyone in this tournament would get a 6-figure score. So, of course, we're certainly not going to get into that discussion this early, but it's always interesting that they do post that for you. It certainly does come in handy in the later rounds, having covered some of the tournaments here for the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open blog. having that number handy just seems to make it very easy for these players to make a deal, and give us a little visual push to see if they can get some things done. We've had a lot of interesting chops here at this series, including we did have a 9-way chop very early in one of the events where the top 4 got around 19, the other ones got around 17 at the end of the tournament. So, having that information handy to you as well as all the other pertinent statistics, pretty interesting stuff. See Natasha Barber just sending in an update. Just got to 7 digits at SHRPO, so Natasha Barber continues her great play. Had a chance to play with her a couple of times in the charity series of poker event. That was a lot of fun. Interesting tweet to Jason Mercier was talking about spending playing $100,000 event on Labor Day. At M Melissa tweeted back at him, spending $200,000 would be better. Let me know. I can be there in an hour. There you go. So that's not a bad little tweet. Let's see. Let me just refresh this real quick. Let's see if we can get some more funny stuff coming in here, or chip counts over Twitter. Nope, that is about it. And of course, the controversial one, Dan Coleman, getting some love out there from Rogers. You taking the main event trophy at SHRPO. Holla. So that's a pretty interesting. Hey, we got a call-in guest. The Wookiee is available, so let's get him on the board here.
Still a little sleepy this morning.
Oh, that's okay. So am I. That's a low-level Wookiee. I never heard that one. Did he have a couple Ambien last night? What was going on?
Even Wookiees got to sleep sometimes. No, I was just up late trying to work and had a bunch of computer backups that I did and computer work, making sure everything was clean.
Oh, there you go. Well, we've had a day now to examine this overlay situation, and I know you're very big on social media. What's some of the stuff that you're seeing out there right now?
You caught me on one of those days where I'm just not on social media that much. Let me turn this down.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah,
turn
like
on
I said,
your radio.
I'm focusing on my grind so much, I'm not as up to speed on everything as I usually am.
Okay, fair enough.
Not to mention, I just rolled out of bed.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, well, I'll tell you, this has been an interesting day out here. We started with 62 and already down to 40 after we're about 23 minutes left in the second level of play here today. Man, these guys came out firing. Holy cow.
Yeah, that's good. That means it won't be as long as a final table as it could have been.
Yeah, and certainly, it's when we're planning for at least 2,000 to 2,500 entries into this thing. It came up a little bit short. Obviously, it probably could have cut this thing down a day, but we are playing down to 18. So should be there, pretty close by right around dinner or a little bit after, I would think.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
So I liked all the responses on your Facebook post to all the varied reasons for why people weren't there.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people brought up some great topics. I know, Matt Savage is going to be on the evening show tonight, so I'm sure we're going to have a great discussion about that. And but I think one topic that I'm starting to hear is people are saying, well, this is the end of the big guarantees, and the re-entry tournaments are going to start going away. The unlimited re-entry tournaments. What do you think about that?
I'm on Matt Savage's side. He made a post recently, and I still haven't finished reading it, but talking about changing the re-entry so it's a one-time re-entry. If you bust on day 1A, you can re-enter on day 1B. That format isn't too bad. It doesn't make you feel like you have to knock the same person out 3 times. It doesn't feel like you have to have enough money to, buy your way in.
Yeah, I think I said that a long time ago that I wasn't real big on the multiple re-entries where like this format where and many tournaments do it where you can keep entering all the way through a day. I mean, you can bust out 10 times in one day, and still even come back the next day. I mean, it's very difficult for, let's say you and I are in a tournament, and I bust out Michael Mizrachi. Well, now to win the tournament, I might have to bust out Mizrachi 7 or 8 times to win it. I mean, that's...
Or I bust out because you already busted Mizrachi, and then he ends up at my table, and then I get busted out by him, and it's like if it weren't for that re-entry, I might still be in.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of variables that come into play on that. And
now, I have no problem with it, but your average recreational player, doesn't enjoy this, or your average new tournament player, doesn't like this aspect.
Yeah, the one thing that I would question about that in terms of, with the multiple reentries is because, you have a $5,300 buy-in, that's not something that the average, Joe Blow is going to be able to pony up anyway, especially so soon after the World Series. So, I just don't know, if that format had a massive effect on this. I just think it comes more down to scheduling than anything else is what it was.
Well, I didn't look at the final numbers for the Quantum Reload in LA, but I wonder what their numbers were like.
Well, I think they ended up with a prize pool about $2.8 million, but I know they were expecting, they had put on some of on the literature that they were expecting an approximate $4 million prize pool. So,
right.
So obviously they came up a little bit short here.
Yeah, they came up about as short as this one did. Actually, a little more than.
Yeah, so
they're expecting 4 and only got 2 point something.
Yeah, and then with the situation with the, you had a great main event at Barcelona, but not a lot of time for everybody to get back over here. And then I think one other issue that may have come into play on this that I think the Hard Rock may have to take a look at is the costs of being here. It's Labor Day weekend. It's very expensive to stay here at the hotel. A lot of players couldn't get booked in the hotel and had to go elsewhere. I mean, I know even people on the media team over here didn't get a room here at the Hard Rock and are having to transport themselves over. And then that adds more costs. You're either talking cab fare, you're talking car rental, whatever it is. It's gonna cost you a lot of extra money to go elsewhere. So, I think that factor may have come into it too.
Doesn't that lady in the background know you're on the radio?
Yeah, that's amazing in here. It's really not that loud in here, but
yeah, I can hear it better than you.
Oh, that's weird. You guys on Skype? I don't know. I think it's our Skype. We have an issue with that, but
maybe it's your mic.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's but this is it's just a lot of little pieces that I think everybody's going to have to take a really hard look at as they assess what happened here. Right? I don't think we had Nate on here yesterday, and Nate was saying that somebody's going to get fired. I don't think that's going to happen. It's too good of a staff here for people to just get canned over this. But I think obviously when something like this happens, you got to reassess everything and take a really hard look at what went right, what went wrong. And for the most part, it was a great series. All the guarantees got smashed in every other event. They had great, awesome turnouts, and just unfortunately for this one, just something didn't go right.
I'm in agreement.
Yeah. So, but we'll get it all figured out. Once again, we're live here at the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open, Hollywood, Florida, 2014 version. One that I don't know if anybody's going to forget for a long time. And we did have a couple more eliminations, by the way. We are now down to 38. So we're 20 players away from ending play today. I mean, it's hard to believe we're saying that, but only 20 left, and these guys are going to get to go enjoy the pool. Which is
females do we have left? I'm seeing that Natasha Barber is still in. She's one of the Poker Joker crew.
Right. Natasha's in. I think she might be the only one. I'm just kind of looking around here real fast because I know Lily Coletto was eliminated earlier in the day.
Yesterday I posted that she had a decent amount. Maybe it was the day before.
Yeah, I think she is the last woman standing in this tournament, but she is chipping up and doing very well. So, she could be a force to be reckoned with here before this day ends.
Is there anyone present from Poker News at all for this tournament?
No,
I have not noticed.
No Poker News coverage over here. I believe they're out at WinStar. So, yeah, Seminole handles their own coverage on this.
It's good to know.
Yeah. So once again, and all that information is at SeminoleHardRockPokerOpen.com or SHRPO.com. And if you
who do you know that's there that's doing the chip counts?
Well, Al is kind of handling things right now. I think Felix Mock just got here, but Al is on that, and of course,
is he running their website?
Yeah, he's the main blogger here. What they have been doing out here is on breaks, the players are required to leave their players card, and then the dealers are getting chip counts at various points during the day as a security measure, but also certainly helpful to everybody. So as soon as we get those counts, I'm sure they'll be up on the Seminole Hard Rock blog. We're not going to see those for a while because once again we've got about 15 minutes left on this level, and then they'll be hitting break. So by the time we're off here, we won't have the chip counts, but I'm sure we'll have some interesting information at SHRPO, and when we get back on the show tonight at 7 o'clock.
How long have they been back at the tables today?
They came in at noon, so they've just played. They played one full 90-minute level, and are at level 24, and they are just. As I said, we're just getting close to the end of level 25. So
Lords of Light. Do I see Shannon and Elizabeth down there doing some reporting?
Yeah, Shannon Elizabeth is the.
You must get her on the air.
Well, I'm
one
trying.
of my favorite people ever.
I'm trying. She's so busy, you know. I don't know. I must be like Jim, just kind of stay away, say hi every once in a while, but that's about it. But yeah, we'll try and get Shannon on the show when we can. So that'll be.
Mosen's still in?
I believe so. Yes.
He had a seat today with 500K.
Yeah, just looking around. Once again, Doug Polk is still in this tournament. Let's see, Jared Jaffe's still in. Daniel Coleman is still in.
What are your blinds up to?
We are at 12,000, 24,000, 4,000 ante. Chip average looks like it's around 1.185.
Okay, Daniel Coleman looks like he's still in.
Yeah, Dan Coleman's doing well. He's still in there. Let's see, Joe Kuther's still in this tournament. I said Doug Polk still there. Yeah, Mike Leah is still in this. Blake Bond here. Yeah, so a lot of great poker talent still.
I see a Paulette, unless she busted, is still in. Paulette Pipitone or something like that. Pipitone.
I don't see her, but I mean, I am a little obstructed from a couple of the far tables, but yeah, I think Natasha's the only one left. So.
I was just looking at the seating assignment at the start of the day. She may have busted by now, but
yeah, those got thrown in the garbage can really quick this morning.
Did they?
Yeah, well, we started with 62 players and got down to about 42 by the break. So yeah, so a lot of fast eliminations here, and actually looks like Doug Polk is up. Doug might have been eliminated here, and he has. So Doug Polk is out of this tournament, and that'll put us down to around 37.
WCG rider.
Yep, so Doug Polk eliminated here from this Hard Rock Poker Open.
Lily Coletto was knocked out to 47th place for 29K, 29.9K.
All right, and just saw Josh Aria going by. That high roller, of course, going on in the other room as not sure if everybody's gotten in there to take their seats yet. They started with 7 players on the table, 9 registered, but I'm sure we'll be seeing a few more. And honestly, maybe Doug Polk's a candidate to hop into that thing.
Oh, certainly. One would think, anyway.
Yep. And
have you talked much about his discussion with Daniel Negreanu about whether Daniel can jump into 2550 on PokerStars and be beating it within 2 weeks?
I didn't, but if I get a chance, I'm gonna. I got to talk to Doug a little bit. I'll be having him either on sometime here during the rest of the series or, on the show on KLAV. So yeah, that'll be interesting to get to talk to Doug about that topic.
I saw that discussion unfold real time on Twitter, and it has made it all the way to Poker News now. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's making it to the PokerStars blog.
No doubt.
I kind of hinted to PokerStars this would be a great thing for publicity. If you were to get behind this,
that would be a lot of fun, wouldn't it?
It would.
Oh my goodness. All right.
That'll be some good railbird action. We haven't had that in a while.
Oh, no doubt. All right, so Doug Polk has been eliminated here at the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open. That takes us down to 37 players. Once again, playing down to 18 today. So we are closing in on the end of play on this day. Unbelievable that we could be seeing this thing wrapped up, by 7 o'clock or so today. Would have thought might be hanging on here a little bit more, but had a big run on players yesterday. Went from 443 down to that 62 in a hurry. So, wow, it's for a $5,300 buy-in. I got to tell you, they're playing it fast and hard.
Faraz is still in?
No, he was eliminated yesterday, if I'm correct. So,
someone posted he was still in today. What event is this? 1100?
No, this is a $5,300 buy-in.
Oh, okay. Someone's posting for the 1100 event.
Yeah, there's a couple other events kicking off today. I think it's 1650 and a couple. There was another event going off tonight. So, yeah,
this event definitely has a few more challenges than some of your poker opens because of the lack of names of tournaments and the lack of awareness of schedule of all the viewers. It's a little harder to keep track. Are you in this event or are you on this event? And that was one of the good things about the World Series, having the event numbers, and everybody was diligent about reporting the event numbers that they were tweeting about or reporting on. That's something they could use a little more organization here, I think.
Yeah, well, they are. The events all are numbered here. So, and usually when and I can tell you, if I'm working the blog, every blog post should have the event number with it. So guys, got to read those. Read your schedule sheets. They are.
Yeah, if everyone on Twitter would just follow that would be great.
That would be a good idea. And by the way, that is available for everybody. If you go to Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open 2014 and you click on main event schedule and results, that table is right there, so you can see the event numbers. You can see the results for all of the past events here in the series, plus structure sheets for events that are in play. So
there are some quick links on the top right as well.
Yeah, real easy. So nothing too difficult. We can get that done. And once again today, just a reminder, still chance to come down and play with some secondary events, plus the just getting underway right now is a $1,650 Purple Chip Bounty No Limit Hold'em re-entry event.
That one sounds cool.
That'll be fun. And then, of course, at 5 o'clock, re-entry $150 buy-in. That's it. $150 to play. So
that might get a few runners from people who had busted.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and it's Labor Day, man. You go down, you have your picnic, hang out with the family, and then say, screw it, I'm going to the Hard Rock. That's all you got to do.
Plus all those single people.
Oh, yeah.
Great place for them to be.
Yeah, no doubt. Of course, you got the pool down here. You got a great fitness center, all the restaurants, and the entertainment going on. It's it's really a standout venue on the poker calendar for everybody. And once again, if you want to come down and play, there's still a couple of events coming off today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. So plenty of chances to come down and play here at the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open. All right, and by the way, Joe Siraka is here. I forgot to mention Joe. He's kind of dancing around a little bit.
But does he have a skateboard with him?
I am looking at that, but unfortunately, it looks like Joe is picking up his stuff. So looks like we may have Joe Siraka eliminated from this tournament too.
He used to always be the skateboard guy, but now I think it's Ole Shimian. Seems to be skates all over.
Yeah, I think after Joe messed himself up a little bit, I think carrying the skateboard around has been may have been bagged for a little bit. And just looking here, it looks like Siraka is cleaning up his area. And yep, they do have somebody over there with the payout ticket. So it looks like Joe Siraka has been eliminated here from the main event of the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open as well. They're listing 36 players right now. So with a payout ticket going, it might even be down to 35.
Mike Leo's still doing well?
Yeah, Mike's still hanging in there. Last I heard, he was a little over chip average. So Mike doing
we
all right.
We like to give him grief.
Oh, of course. Go Leafs, go, eh? All right, and just getting an update here. It looks like Sean Kunix has claimed another victim out here. He knocked out Jonathan Kamhazi with jacks. and has gone into the 3 million chip club. So Sean Kunix, former WPT champion at Best Bet Jacksonville, has slid up the board, and he is looking to try and get into contention for this final table and this $1.4 million prize. Wow, so that's cool. By the way, Sean has the most unique business card. I don't want to. I have it in my pocket, and I of course I don't want to show all the pertinent information. But let me get this thing out and put it on the air because it's absolutely hilarious. It's
got somebody at the door. I'll be back.
Okay. This is the. This I'll twist it around. This is the Sean Kunix business card, and it's hard as a rock. This is a metal business card for Kunix. Gotta love that. From Kunix Enterprises, building businesses that inspire happiness. We'll give him a plug there. But once again, we are keeping an eye on this field, and of course, with 36 left right now, maybe down to 35 with the elimination, and we may have had and we just lost another player too. So here on table 7, so it looks like we have one of the tables breaking up, and we're going to be down to 4 tables now here for the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open. And of course, these guys, now that money's got to start dancing in your head a little bit. Thinking about $1.4 million as you've gotten through 1,499 entries, you're getting it down to 34, 35 players left. And this is getting interesting to say the least. So the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open main event is looking good. By the way, Roman Bowerstein's still in this thing. Roman had a final table where I tell you what, he managed a short stack like nobody's business on one of the events that I covered. He just got shifted over to the first table. Jared Jaffe is getting moved as well. Let's see, trying to see. And Natasha Barber also on that table. She is getting a new seating assignment. And looks like Jaffe is actually headed over to the seat that was vacated by Joe Sirach. So he's going to be joining Russell Thomas's table, as is Roman Bowerstein. So he's taking a big
now we're
on
awake.
that one. All right. Yeah, there we go. Got some coffee, did you now?
No. I'm going to be taking a new medicine soon where I can't drink coffee.
Oh.
So I'm kind of bummed about that. I'm going to have to drink tea or something.
Well, tea's all right. You'll be okay. All right. Looks like
I haven't been drinking caffeine most of the time anyway. It messes up my poker game, believe it or not.
Oh,
I can drink alcohol and play better than I do if I have a whole bunch of caffeine, like a bunch of Red Bulls or something like that, or too much coffee. It'll actually mess up my poker game. I don't play as well.
Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry. Well, good luck with that. And it looks like Natasha Barber has been moved right in front of us here.
Great.
So we'll get to see her.
Expect her to run deep.
Yeah, well, I think she already did.
Expect her to still go far, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
I don't expect her to bust anytime soon.
Yeah, so
unless she gets cooler well.
Yeah, so we're really getting to see some great names playing this down, and I'm sure maybe when we get on break, we can. I might hop in with the blog team a little bit and see if we get these table redraws set, because, like I said, if you're looking at the table draws right now, that were on the board to start the day, those are in the garbage can. 62 players started the day, listed at 36 at the moment. Just waiting to see if there was another drop or two coming up. But yeah, so things getting pretty exciting here at the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open main event. $1.4 million on top, and man, it's got to be getting through everybody's head that they're going to be playing. They're playing for this kind of money now. And of course, with that elimination, we have hit the 28 to 36 pay level. Looking for that 1.4, but everybody right now sitting at least $39,910. That'll buy you a lot of Wookiee toys, depending on the size, of course. And of
yes,
course,
Millennium Falcons do not come cheap.
No, they do not. They are quite expensive. I wish I'd have bought one of those. God, I never even got one when I was a kid.
Oh, I just realized Burning Man. Liv Marie was posting back in Civilization after a week of Burning Man. I just realized that at least half a dozen to a dozen poker players went to Burning Man.
Oh, that's right.
So that's even more reason for people to be gone.
Yeah, I think I think what's going to come down to is Labor Day is just a crappy weekend to have a major poker tournament. I mean, honestly, what what can you say about that? I think there's a lot.
Don't have it on Labor Day anymore.
Yeah, I mean that may solve the problem. Certainly, one issue you deal with casinos jacking up their prices too. I mean, it's certain, and airfare not cheap. If you want to fly around Labor Day, you pretty much want to get a cheaper price. You got to stay in town a couple extra days too. So, yeah, I mean that's just one of those things. All right, and just checking out the Twitters here real quick. John Dolan getting some people cheering for him. Dolan came in with around a million chip lead on the rest of the field to start the day here. So John Dolan looking pretty good as he tries to reach this final table. Bury everyone on this. All right, so once again, listing 36 players remaining Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open. Right, and I think the players are going to be headed. Actually, it looks like this level 25 is going to be over in literally just a second, and they are going on a 15-minute break.
Who do you think you might catch for an interview?
I don't know. We'll see who we can get. I will bet $20 it will not be Dan Coleman. But all right, so everybody head over break here. Yeah, we'll see if we can get getting one more, getting an interview here before we wrap this up. I think Natasha actually just sat down, is trying to get her chips together. So we'll see who we can grab here before we wrap up our afternoon show. Of course, we're going to be back on at 7 p.m. Eastern time tonight with special guest Matt Savage, as he's going to be joining us here to talk about the state of poker. And, so many topics have come up out of this $2.5 million overlay in the poker community. So pretty cool stuff. And hopefully I'm not going to get distracted too much more during the show, but it's very hard.
Good luck with that.
I'm doing my best. All right, so bear with us. We'll see if we can grab somebody to stop by the show. Maybe I'll ask Natasha if she wants to come over here real quick.
Ask her if she knows she's the last standing female.
I think she does. She's a little shy, though. She decided she's going to pass. But, and of course, we're going to have a race off here coming up, too. So we'll see. I think Jared Jaffe's there. Maybe I can grab Jared. He's always willing to hop in front of a microphone.
I wonder if she'll do an interview if she wins.
I'm sure she will if she wins. That's okay. But once again, we're on break, and it is 35 now, by the way. That last elimination with Ciroc did take us down to 35 players. Joe Kuther over there looks like involved in watching the race off and on that fourth table on the far side. But once again, we got 35 left, chasing down that massive $1.4 million prize. Let me see if I can get Jared here real quick. All right, so we're going to have Jared Jaffe join us here in just a moment. Of course, Jared led this tournament after day one. Had a pretty big chip lead to start off that 600 D2 at 630, about 632 if I'm correct. So as soon as he's done making a phone call here, we're going to get Jared Jaffe on the show.
I'll self-mute unless you summon me.
Okay, sounds good. So Jared just making a phone call and we'll get him over here. But wow. Well, I'll tell you what, we're halfway to wrapping this day up. I mean, this is unbelievable. So we're keeping in, we'll see if we get some updated chip counts and everything. I know Al and Felix were on that, and And we'll see if. And unfortunately, I don't see the guys leaving their players' cards out, so that'll make this a little more difficult for the team. But we'll try and get you an update as soon as we can. But we'll have Jared Jaffe on the show in just a minute or two. So, we got a tweet from Hans Winzeller. First time I get all in and had a chance to triple up, but busted with Ace King versus Ace Queen and Ace 10 Queen on the river. Yeah, here, just swing around, bud. Let's say hi to Jared Jaffe making his way through. And by the way, of course, a proud recipient of a brand new Mark Hook Show t-shirt for his incredible poker talents and friendliness. That's what you get when you stick around with me. Jared, what's up? How you doing, boy?
Doing pretty good. I just went on a little bit of a rush and up to like 1.5 million, which is the most I've had. So feeling good so far.
Very nice. And of course, the lead in this thing after day one. Great sensational start to this tournament for you.
Yeah, I mean, as good as it started, that's how bad it was to start day two. I got all the way down to I almost didn't even cash somehow. I was down to 50K like 20 minutes before dinner.
Wow.
And I probably on the bubble only had about 130. So it was a disaster. And then I ran it up to like 1.2 yesterday, punted a little bit off at the end, bagged just under 7. Today I've just been kind of hanging around, and then I just knocked out 2 people in 2 hands and got there once, and now we got 1.5.
Do you dare start thinking about 1.4 million?
No,
a
long way from that. There's too many good. Maybe if the field wasn't as strong as it is, but I mean, literally, like 75% of the field is just like a superstar right now. So I'm just gonna hope I run good.
Yeah, absolutely. And let me get real quick your reaction to this overlay. I mean, just everybody was stunned about this. What do you think caused it, and what's been the chatter about it from after it happened?
Well, I mean, first of all, it was a great tournament. Obviously, I mean, it's one of the best tournaments run in terms of everything, the structure. I mean, the turnout, whatever. I mean, it's very difficult to get 2,000 people to come down here and play a 5K, but it's even more difficult when you have it conflicting with some other events. Last year, it stood on its own. This year, you had the WinStar. You had Barcelona right before. You had a couple others, scattered around the country. So, I mean, they got 2,300 last year, I believe it was, when it was the first time they ever did it, and it stood alone. So now it's the second time. Maybe like a few people who would have come, because it was the first year, they don't come this year. Then you lose a couple hundred people to one tournament, 100 to another. I mean, if you think about it, it's probably right around where the number should be. I think the Hard Rock really went out on a limb, putting up a guarantee like this again. And I think you got to respect them doing it. And I think if they do it again next year, I think the turnout will be bigger. I think missing the guarantee might actually help this tournament, because I think it's going to show people that the Hard Rock's committed to making these numbers and putting up the money. And I mean, some people think it's bad for poker not making the guarantee, but I don't think it's going to hurt the game at all, really.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens next year, because I know they're planning on putting that 10 mil out again. But hopefully you're going to be walking out of here for 1.4. We'll see how it goes. But
I would sign for that right now. I think I'd sign for the 1 million even right now. But yeah, I mean, hopefully. I mean, obviously I've been on a little bit of a good run lately. Things have been up and down this tournament, but I'm still here. So I mean, listen, I'll take my chances with 35 people after whatever it is.
There you go. Well, thanks for stopping over. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
Enjoy the rest of your break, my friend.
Thanks a lot. Take care.
All right, there you go. WSOP bracelet winner Jared Jaffe. God, I bet he still loves hearing that. And, still hanging in there, fighting for this Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open Championship. 7 and a half minutes left on this break. These players are going to get ready to get back into play. And I see some other another tweet going out. Horatio 24 saying, "Go Leafs, go, eh?" At SHRPO Vamu. That Vamu thing is getting around for sure. So that's where things sit right now, Wookie. We got 35 players left playing for this title.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right, there you go. So that's gonna wrap up our coverage here for this afternoon show. We're gonna come back again at 7:00 tonight, Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific. Sean, if you're around, you're more than welcome to hop in. Matt Savage is going to be calling into the show too, because we're going to certainly, talk about what is the reaction to what has happened here at this $10 million guarantee main event, and so much more. As we'll bring you live coverage of. Well, hopefully they'll still be playing by the time we get back on the air.
Love Matt Savage, one of my favorite tournament directors ever.
Yep, and so we'll get to hear from him along with updates from this great series here at Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open, Hollywood, Florida. So, Sean, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it, buddy.
No problem. I hope to be listening later, but I don't know if I'll have time to jump on. I've got to grind.
All right. Well, good luck to you then, and we'll see you soon. And thanks to everybody for joining us. Have a great afternoon here on Labor Day. Enjoy yourselves. You guys on the West Coast, still plenty of time to party up and have some fun. And we'll see you back here 7 p.m. Eastern Time here on the Mark Hoke Show. Live coverage of the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open. So catch us later on tonight.